Bernie Sanders goes to the belly of the beast. What do we mean by belly of the beast? The socialist goes to Walmart to talk to the corporate board on behalf of one of its employees. Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is indeed the Progressive Soapbox. And yeah, as I alluded to earlier, Bernie Sanders goes to Walmart. Now, Bernie Sanders was invited to speak on behalf of one Kat Davis. She's an employee at Walmart. And speaking on behalf of Kat Davis, the two main points are increase our wages, $15 an hour minimum wage. And second, to put an employee on the board of Walmart. Now, I had been waiting for this day because I remember when this story first broke. I think it was a week or two ago. So I had been looking forward to this. I'm going to go to a clip of Bernie after coming out of Walmart, after making that case and speaking to the board, the corporate board. But just one very basic point. The people who run Walmart, who own Walmart, are billionaires many times over. If I'm not mistaken, it's like $40 billion a piece, the family. It's obscenely wealthy. They had an amazing idea in order to essentially sell very cheap items to the public. Or let's say items that are cheaper to the public and spread those stores all across the United States. Now, let's be very clear though. It would be impossible for the Waltons to be billionaires were it not for the employees that were working under them. It would be impossible for them to be billionaires were it not for the employees getting food stamps and government services, having food banks within the employee room itself because they weren't necessarily getting the wages that they needed to get from point A to point B in their own lives. It would be impossible for them to be billionaires without the labor and the toil of those employees putting in their manual labor of their bodies, the most formative years of their life, to the company itself to make them profitable. My point is very basic. It would be impossible for them to be billionaires were it not for the employees under them barely making ends meet. Should you have an employee on the corporate board? Yes. I would even go further and say, don't have the corporate board, just have the employees. Now that's, he was like, whoa, that's obscene. But I'm trying to make the stark point that the people who are important here are the employees. Those are the people that are making the cash. Those are the people that are making the profits. But those are also the people not seeing the returns on the work that they put into the company. So they are begging just to get somebody on the corporate board. Fair enough. And so Sanders was the person in their seat, their proxy, to make that case. And look, I know I've made this case before in various aspects of the society. I do look at it that way. You have an entire society in which people spend their lives working. But you have 1%, the top 1% made 95% of the wealth under Obama. That is obscene. That is obscene. And yet that is our society. That needs to change. If you have a society that allows that much wealth to be accrued to the top, your society has fundamentally broken. It needs to change. Let's take a listen to Sanders give his pitch after he comes out of the meeting with the executives.
When we talk about now, when we talk about
all right, I have no idea what's taking place. Let's try this one.
One might think that a family worth $175 billion would be able to have a company able to pay its employees. Now, when we talk about employer in America with 1.5 million American workers. So here's the story. You have a company here owned by the Walton family, which is the wealthiest family in America, worth about $175 billion. One might think that a family would be able to pay its employees a living wage. And yet, as you all know, the starting wage at Walmart now is $11 an hour. And people cannot make it on $11 an hour. You can't pay rent. You can't get health care. You can't feed your kids. Or put gas in the car on $11 an hour. And what we are also saying, it is a little bit absurd that many Walmart employees are forced to go on government programs like Medicaid or food stamps or public housing subsidized by the taxpayers of this country.
Yes.
So all we are saying to the Walton family and Walmart, pay your workers
Yes.
living wage. And that living wage is $15 an hour.
Yes.
Now this is not a radical idea. We've made progress in the last year. We've worked with Amazon employees. They have raised their minimum wage to $15 an hour. We work with Disney employees. They've raised their minimum wage to $15 an hour. Target is moving to $15 an hour. This company, owned by the wealthiest family in America, can pay $15 an hour. So today we are here to fight for the dignity of Walmart employees, to make sure that every employee at Walmart has at least a living wage. So I just want to thank all of you for standing together. The entire country is watching. The country is so tired of this massive level of income and wealth inequality, where the people on top do, make billions and billions, and working people struggle. So thank you for all that you're doing, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Everyone be careful. I'm running against
Sanders giving a pretty strong speech outside of Walmart. I love it. I love it. Let's see if he's going to answer questions. Okay, he's going to answer questions.
Make a path, guys. Clean path. Guys, clean path. Clean path, please. Make a path yourself. Come on. Make a path, please.
Thank you, Thank you.
Go around the front of it. Go around the front of the front.
Yep. He's been pushing. He's stopping for a selfie. I love it. He's been pushing, Amazon increased their wage to $15 an hour. Walmart, again, billions of dollars, many times over. But again, how did they get that billions of dollars? They got that billions of dollars for the exact reason that their employees are on food stamps, or for the exact reason their employees need government services. You maximize your profit at the expense of your workers. And unfortunately, these guys are the largest employer in the United States, if I am not mistaken. So, not going to keep this one too long. If you guys enjoy the content, please consider supporting this content through PayPal or Patreon. I'll see you guys in a few. I have another slate of videos for this evening. Thanks all.